Hi, HCPS middle school students. I'm Dr. Quentin Ballard, principal of HCPS Middle, formerly known as Stonewall Jackson Middle School. It's an honor and privilege to welcome everyone back to school for the 2020-21 school year. Whether you're returning to learning in the face-to-face environment or attending the Hanover online school, we're excited to welcome each student back to school. School administration, teachers, and staff members alike have all been working extremely hard to redesign and reimagine the way we will return to learn this fall. I acknowledge that school will look and feel different due to COVID safety precautions associated with COVID-19. However, tending to students and staff well-being from a safety, socio-emotional, and academic lens remain our highest priorities. Whether you're filled with excitement or cautious and concerned, we're committed to providing educational experiences that are relevant, engaging, and fun in an environment that is safe, respectful, culturally inclusive, and equitable for all. For our time today, throughout this virtual presentation, school administration will be presenting information as such. First, you will hear, see, and learn more information about procedures, routines, and expectations for students and all of us who are returning to learn in the face-to-face environment. Let me explicitly say that it's going to take a collective effort by all of us to be responsible, accountable, and flexible to follow or adhere to set expectations daily. Our safety and ability to be successful in this environment depends on it. For example, one adjustment for the year that's going to be new for all of you is associated with school lockers. We're not issuing student lockers this year. Students are encouraged to pack light and only bring items to and from school that are needed for class. This will help ensure that we're all better prepared in the event of another unexpected school closure. In addition, you will hear information about how you and your parent can stay connected with us via Schoology, PowerSchool, eConnect Messenger, and for those who are active on social media, we invite you to follow us on one or more of our social media platforms, such as Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Finally, I'm going to share information with you about who we are, how we plan to keep students safe, and then after you've heard from our two assistant principals, who you will meet momentarily, we will collectively accept the charge to all do our part so that we can and will enjoy a wonderful 2020-21 school year, a year that is guaranteed to be like no other. Let me introduce you to the HCPS administration and school counseling team. We're fortunate to have two assistant principals, Ms. Sherry Lycett and Ms. Monique Bigby-Johnson. And we have three senior teachers, Ms. April Satterwhite, senior teacher who supports students and families who receive special education services, Ms. Tracy Graves, who serves our students in grades 6 and 7, and finally, Mr. Scott Rowe, who supports students in grades 7 and 8. For our school counseling department, under the directorship of Ms. Sarah Gathright, our school counseling team department includes Ms. Whitaker, who serves as our intervention counselor, grade level counselors, Ms. Gathright, who's in 8th grade, Ms. Holder, 6th grade, Ms. Augustin is actually who serves 7th grade. And then we have a career counselor, whose name is Ms. Allison Bolander. She serves as our career counselor. Again, each member of our team is eager to welcome students and staff back to school. Our theme for the 2020-21 school year is Better Together. Here at HCPS Middle School, we subscribe to the idea that it takes a village to educate students. Partnering with students and families to produce the next generation of leaders is central to how we do business within the four walls of our school. Also, equally as important, we strive to and will maintain a safe, kind, and respectful educational environment by continuing to model and champion character traits such as caring, respect, responsibility, fairness, trustworthiness, and citizenship. Speaking of citizenship, our collective efforts to keep every student, staff, and member of our school community safe from the coronavirus requires an unwavering commitment to adhere to the following COVID-19 prevention and mitigation strategies. Students, please remind your parents to conduct daily home health screenings before sending you to school. Students, we're counting on you to adhere to safety precautions and mitigation strategies on the bus and while in school, such as wearing a mask daily, practicing social distancing at all times, and frequently washing your hands for 20 seconds. And in the event that you don't feel well or become sick at school, let a teacher or staff member know immediately so that we can get you connected with our school nurse, Ms. Nightlinger, who's located in the clinic. Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to introduce you to Ms. Monique Bigby-Johnson, Assistant Principal. Ms. Bigby-Johnson.
Thank you, Dr. Ballard, and welcome again, students, to the 2021 school year. Time for attendance. In light of ensuring we all remain healthy and safe, we also understand that there are many times where you may need to be absent from school. If that is the case, please make sure you provide written documents for all absences within 3 school days. When you arrive to school after 9:15, stop by the attendance office and see Ms. Grant. When absent, if you can, check Schoology and PowerSchool for assignments that are missed. You can always reach out to your teachers, counselor, or administrator if you need help. Let's talk about arrival and dismissal. These times will be staggered to ensure we all get into the building safely and exit in the same fashion. For those of you that are in 7th and 8th grade, this information may sound a bit new to you. We will open our doors at 8:45 each morning, and no student should be dropped off before that time. For car riders, to alleviate traffic congestion in the parking lot, students whose last names begin with A through L should plan on arriving between 8:45 and 9 o'clock a.m. If your last name falls between M through Z, we ask that you arrive between 9 and 9:15. Bus riders will arrive between 8:45 and 9:15 in staggered times, and all students will enter the building under the awning through the front doors. Once you get here, we will go directly to your first block class, unless you would like to stop by the cafeteria for breakfast, which will be grab and go. Our afternoons will mirror the morning time. Car riders whose last names are A through L will be dismissed to the crosswalk area at 3:30, while car riders M through Z will be dismissed at 3:45. Your last block teacher will discuss with you your dismissal pathway on your first day of your A4 or B4 class. Let's talk about the new schedule. Because the morning arrival time is 8:45 to 9:15, our school day will now begin at 9:15 a.m. and end at 3:30. We are still on the A-Day, B-Day schedule, where you will have 4 classes on one day and 4 classes on the other. This schedule was set in stone, so will not change. You will have math and language arts every day, and history, science, and elective and ACE every other day. All middle schoolers will have health and PE, where the health and PE teacher comes into their classes. You will participate in health or physical activity during that time. Lunch will work a little bit different this year. You will eat in your classroom or in an outdoor learning space. Our school supply list requested that you bring a yoga mat or towel to sit on while outside. You may bring lunch, or you will be dismissed at a designated time to go to the cafeteria to purchase items of your choice. There are markings on the floor and signage all around the cafe to remind you of social distancing expectations. Please stand on the red arrows while in line and return promptly back to your class to enjoy your lunch. In addition to the changes with our lunch procedures, we will not be issuing lockers due to social distancing. Backpacks without wheels will be permitted to remain with you all day. We ask that you bring school items that you will need on a daily basis and take all personal items home at the end of the day. Your backpack will serve as your locker. Keep it organized. It will house all items needed to have a successful day at school. Finally, let's talk about cell phones, earbuds, and AirPods. Those items should be silenced and away after 9:10 unless a teacher allows you to use it for instructional purposes. Usage without permission will lead to teacher or administrative consequences. There could be opportunities throughout the day when your teacher allows you to listen to music or surf the web. But remember, you need permission first. At this time, I will turn it over to Ms. Lycett. Again, welcome to the 2021 school year. We're excited to see you, and let's get started.
It is everyone's responsibility to be safe in the halls, which means using social distancing as you travel to your elective classes. Follow the directional arrows located on the floors and always travel at the right side of the hall. Now more than ever, it's important for you to keep your hands to yourself and report directly to your destination. The use of our stairs has been modified this year to be one directional. The stairs located at the front of the school are now dedicated for upstairs travel only. The stairs at the back side near Ms. Graves' office are now designated for down travel. Using the stairwell for one direction limits your exposure to others, so pay attention to the arrows and follow direction when going up or down the stairs. When we're learning these new rules, practicing being safe, and following social distance rules, Teachers will not be counting students tardy. You will notice in the restrooms that specific sinks and stalls have been turned off to limit your exposure to others in small spaces. If you need to use the restroom, you will ask your teacher, sign out, and report directly to the restroom. When you enter a restroom, if there are already people there, you'll need to wait outside on the social distance signs on the floor. These signs are there to allow you to wait safely while others are using the facilities. It's everyone's responsibility to keep the restrooms safe and clean. Please report any problems immediately to your teacher. At HCPS Middle, we practice 4 ways to respond when asked by an adult to complete a reasonable request. 1, you could say yes and complete the task requested of you. You could say okay and complete the task requested of you. You could always say yes ma'am or yes sir and complete the task. Or 4th way to respond is to say nothing at all and when appropriate and just follow through with the request. Please know that not following through with reasonable requests is not an option. We all strive to be safe, be kind, and be respectful, but everyone makes mistakes. When your choices show that you are not safe, kind, or respectful, it's our job to reteach our expectations and reinforce them. Sometimes that'll result in consequences. Consequences range from conferences with your teachers, with your parents and administrators, and/or removal from class, or up to even suspension from school. Our theme this year, Better Together, helps us remember that when we all display the standards of our school, everyone is able to be more successful. We have a policy in Hanover County about bullying. Bullying is repeated over time, unwanted, and hurtful. That behavior is not tolerated at school. If you would like to report any bullying situation anonymously, you can use the Stop Bullying Now button located on our school homepage. At school, our main focus is learning. Your dress should not distract others from the learning environment. Remember to wear clothing that complies with the HCPS dress code. For health and safety reasons, appropriate footwear is always required at school. And please know that since we'll be learning outside a bit more than you're used to, you may want to consider that footwear as well as the rest of your attire for learning. Keep in mind that the Hanover County dress code asks you to dress covering your body for success, and it outlines very specific dress in terms of sleeveless garments, pants, yoga pants, shorts, skirts, and tops for both boys and girls. Students may not wear any clothing or jewelry or personal belongings that displays language or images that are lewd or vulgar or that reflect adversely or disparage someone's race, their gender, their sexual orientation, their skin color, their religion, their national origin, ancestry, or disability. Please know that we strive to be inclusive to all of our students, and we expect your clothing to reflect that as well. If you're wearing clothes that do not uphold the standards of Hanover County Public Schools, you'll be given the opportunity to change and/or have a parent bring you some more clothing. We invite you to stay connected with us throughout the year. Schoology is our main means of instructional communication between you and your teachers. We also want to invite you to connect with us through social media. Follow us on Instagram or Twitter, and if your parents have Facebook, ask them to follow us there to see updates, pictures, and information from the school day. Now turn it over to Dr. Ballard.
Thank you, Ms. Lycett. As we prepare to wrap up this virtual presentation, it is our hope that you found this presentation to be helpful as we start the journey to return to learn. Just to recap, you now know key staff members here at HCPS Middle. We're part of your village to support you. Reach out as needed. You now know procedures, routines, and expectations associated with how we must and will remain safe. And you now know how to stay connected. All of the aforementioned information is very critical. So wrap up, I'd like to remind you that our quest to build dreams one break at a time starts with an unwavering will to be at least 1% better today than we were yesterday. HCPS Middle School, we're better together. Let's all have a wonderful remainder of the day and an awesome 2020-21 school year.